Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Hello, everybody. You guys have been raving and crying and begging and screaming us to do this.
I feel like I'm a guest.
This
is the Grace show.
This is a great show. Welcome back. No, this is Behind the Counter with Grace.
And Autumn.
Oh my god,
Okay.
we're literally gonna kill.
This is bad.
We're gonna kill Joe and Frank with this, okay?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The Basement Boys.
Yeah, we're gonna be way better than them.
Yeah, we're gonna top
And
them
we're funnier
easy.
than them. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no sweat off our back.
See, I'm already
Do you-
like I don't even know what to say.
We can edit things too.
Okay.
So how do you want to start with like how you started working here and like how we kind of got introduced to each other, our first impressions?
I guess. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't even know when I started working here. It was like 4 years ago.
Do you
I
remember
think.
your like interview?
I remember my interview, and it was so crazy because it was like right after like we didn't need to wear masks anymore.
Mm.
And so I came in with a mask, and Greg was like, "You can take that off," and I was like, "No, thanks."
Oh.
And, like the whole time, I think he asked me like 3 questions, and one of them was like, "How do you do cold brew?" And I was like, "You make it in a thing."
He asked you like you had to have
Like,
experience.
does he know? Does he know how to
Girl.
make cold brew? I feel like he does, but
I don't.
did he know the right
Unfortunately.
answer? Did he know? Like, was he just
Yeah,
like, I'm gonna ask?
At that point, he probably knew. Does he know now? I fear
Yeah.
not.
Probably not. It's probably out of his head. He probably heard it like right before the interview, and then it went out of his brain.
Yeah.
But
Guys, so it is. Oh my god. Hello?
What's happening? Was it her? Nosferatu?
Nosferatu? That's crazy.
What is
So
it?
what just happened is it is almost 6 o'clock,
Yeah, I don't even know what time it is.
and that was someone calling the building. So just so you know, if you see us looking behind us, there's someone yanking at the door.
There's big windows.
Yeah,
And
they can see us.
people are, sometimes they'll just stare in. Sometimes they try to open the door when the lights are off.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay.
So,
Right.
during my interview, like, I don't even know. He didn't even ask me really any questions. I don't think he asked me any, like, coffee-related questions. He offered me a coffee, and I was like, I'll just take a black coffee because I was so scared. Like, at that time, I didn't drink black coffee,
Oh
and
my
I didn't
god.
like it, but I'm like, I'll just take a black coffee. And yeah, I don't know. But I don't even really remember. He basically just asked me about, like, if I knew about the foundry.
Yeah.
And then he, like, showed me the basement. He was talking about...
You told me about that.
Yeah.
What?
I don't even remember it.
Like, what's the point of showing you that scary
Yeah.
basement?
Well, I don't
It's
even know how
haunted.
yeah, there's probably dead people down there.
Under the
where there
floors.
should be.
It's maybe we shouldn't say. I don't know. Like,
I don't know. Yeah, there's spiders and spooky stuff. The roaches all are down there. I'm just kidding. I can't say that.
no, I was gonna say it's dirt floors, and I was like, maybe we don't.
Okay.
But
Let's get back on track. Okay.
back on track. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I really don't even remember the interview. But
Yeah.
I remember him talking about the foundry. Oh, about how so he has 2 sons, and he was talking about one of his son's cats. Or Corinne, maybe his daughter. Should we name names? I don't think so. Maybe.
Coffee shop Corinne.
Yeah, coffee shop Corinne. So he, like, I think I brought up that I like cats because I have 5 cats. And yeah, we just like kind of hung out.
That's awesome.
So it was weird. But then I asked about the basement because I think he was talking about like all of these old buildings. And he mentioned the basement. And I was like, there's a basement? Like, whoa. And then he's like, yeah, do you want to see it? And I was like, okay.
This basement here.
Yeah, and he took
No.
me down. He took me down. There were spiders everywhere, and I
Yeah.
was like, okay, I'm gonna be brave.
It's like a
because it was
storm
my
shelter.
interview.
It's not anything like food stored. Nothing's down there besides like
There's like
shelving.
and like old Christmas decorations.
Yeah. It's a basement.
Yeah.
No mice or rats. Let's
I
be
don't
clear.
know. I don't know what's down there.
I don't know.
It is like, it's a mystery, really.
It's scary. Well,
But
yeah.
so yeah, and I went back there, and that was when I found out Bobby was afraid of cats. Because Greg was like, oh, she has, at that time I had 7 cats.
Oh, by the way, guys, Greg is the owner of
He's our
Erie
dad.
Island. He's the dad.
He's
yes.
our dad.
And Bobby is the fun uncle. He is
Yeah.
the cook here.
It's Uncle
He's
Bob.
the one who's always smiling. I had an Uncle Bob. He's dead.
He's Uncle Bobby.
Uncle Bobby.
Uncle
Yeah.
Bobby. But yeah, so he was like, oh God, no. So he probably didn't want me to be hired, but yeah. And then he like gave me these notes on like how to make lattes and stuff, and I was like, all right. And then that's all the interview was. Like,
Wow.
I don't remember being asked like any specific questions or anything.
My God.
But yeah, and at that time it was like so slow here. We would play games and like kind of just hang out. No one would come in. And I don't even remember when you started after that.
I cheated getting hired. I think you actually had to apply and like put in the work to kind of get the job. Whereas I called my uncle who knew Greg, knows Greg, and he got me an interview with Greg, and it was at the Foundry. It was so weird because we met over there, and Greg was like, let's take it over to Erie Island. It's too crazy here. We came over here, and there was someone here. No, I'm sorry. I messed it up. The interview was not here. It was at the Foundry because someone was here that wanted to work here and that came here constantly. And he didn't want them to know.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So we didn't do the interview actually at Erie Island. We
Forgot
did it
about
at the
that.
Foundry because he was like, this person is at the coffee shop and I don't. And crazy thing, I ended up knowing this person personally. We worked together prior.
Yeah.
So, but
yeah.
we met. I ended up getting the job, but when I came in for the interview, I walked in and Autumn was behind the counter by herself. And my first impression,
like, who are you?
My first impression, this is Autumn, by the way. If someone asks if we're hiring, don't ask, because she will not seem like she wants you to work here. She's like, no. It's scary. I came in, I thought she hated me.
So sorry.
It's okay because I know you now. But before, when I walked in, I was like, I'm here for an interview, and you turned around and you looked at Bobby and you said something to him, I think. And then you turned back to me and said, we're not hiring. And I was like, you said something along those lines of like, we're not hiring, or like, I don't know about any interview, or.
Oh, so I think that like there were 2 other girls that were like, they had interviews and I guess they just didn't even show up. But like the one, I think Greg was like, okay, she's good. She'll probably be a good fit. And then she ended up, it didn't happen yet, but it was supposed to happen like that week or something. So I was like, I don't even know. I don't remember that.
That's so weird.
Like I was kind of scared because I remember like you came in and you seemed like so confident. And I was like, she's so cute. You were wearing this like brown.
Green.
No, I thought it was brown stripes.
It was.
The brown striped cardigan. And I was like, that's a cute ass cardigan. And I was like,
bitch.
This coffee shop girl is gonna come in here and think she knows everything. And
oh my God.
No, but I'm not good with people if I don't know them. Like it takes a second. I'm super introverted. So I think like I wasn't like trying to be aggressive or anything. I just I froze and I was like, no, shut it down. Shut it down.
And obviously now knowing how this place works, it makes sense to me as well. In other ways, because you probably didn't know that there was an interview.
Yeah.
Like I was supposed to show up here and what do you do when you show up to a place for an interview? You find someone and you tell them you have an interview. But communication is a fickle thing here you really got to work on it, and you really got to do
we
it.
all need a little therapy and learn how to communicate better.
Yes,
But-
and the owner is so busy that sometimes it's not necessary that he tells you he has
Yeah.
an interview. But if someone shows up looking and being like, I have an interview, I could have left before he got here
Yeah.
because he wasn't here when I arrived.
I don't even think he like showed up after. I think maybe I took
was
your
sent.
information. Or
To the foundry, I believe.
did I tell you?
I think you called Greg, or I called Greg.
Maybe.
Because somehow that interview did end up happening. I remember I parked over there because I did not know
Yeah.
where to park or anything.
I remember, when I first came here, I came through the front door because I thought, like, if I went in through the back door, I thought an alarm was going to go off.
Right.
I was like, I don't know. I'm just going to go through the front door. Yeah, because usually places are like that.
Yeah.
But here it's kind of like, I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah, sometimes people will be
'Cause we
like,
have two
can I
doors."
go in out the back door? And I'm like, duh. But then
I know, I get so mad. I'm like,
Yeah.
hello.
When you get asked questions every day, all day, and they're the same questions, or when you have to ask questions, hey guys, here's the title of this episode: small, medium, or large, hot or iced. Tell me,
You were so good at this. You're like looking at the camera.
guys. That's because I'm telling them. Like, I'm telling you right now. Do you go to McDonald's? Well, maybe you do. Do you go to a Starbucks and just say, I want caramel coffee? Okay. So,
Yeah. Hi. Can I?
What am I gonna
please
do with
get,
that?
Or like you ask someone how they are, and they just, can I get this? And
oh
they're
yeah,
like,
we'll play out a scenario.
Oh.
Ready? Hi, how are you? It's not even
I need a
yet.
caramel macchiato.
Yes. Or you'll barely get it out.
Extra hot.
Or they'll be like, good. Can I get? Oh, I'm great. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Or
asking.
you like say, hold on, because you have to like. We
Oh
only
my
have
God
one
forbid.
register, so sometimes we'll have to like put in other orders, or we'll have to like, when a shift starts, like someone comes in, we'll have to like create a new. I don't know. We have to.
So there's different shifts. When Autumn is here in the morning by herself, that's one shift, and then we have to shut down the drawer and take out the money that is owed to the building. So like whatever you pay in cash, we have to take out to make the drawer
Yeah, we just have to do
the same number it
deposit.
was at the beginning.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be, let's say this isn't the right number. I'm going to make one up because you don't need to know. $200. Okay, the drawer needs to be $200 at the beginning of each shift. So when I come in, we have to make that drawer $200 again. And then when she leaves and it's just me, we have to make that $200 again. Fun fact, if you never worked in the service industry, and if you haven't worked in the service industry, you suck.
Yeah.
And I stand by that.
Yeah. Or you just don't know. You don't know anything.
Wow.
If you haven't worked in the service industry,
You're right.
you don't know. You learn a lot.
I feel like everyone should at
Yeah,
some
it should
point
be required. Before any other thing, like any other job,
deal with people.
you have to work in
Yeah.
the service industry.
Absolutely.
Like for a year.
At least.
Minimum. Because you learn a lot. Like, and you learn like people skills. You learn how to be nice. You learn how to like be patient.
Yeah, and I feel like you learn how to treat service workers then,
Yeah.
because you've been in that position
You know
yourself.
how
We
it
have
is.
dealt with so many people that you can tell have not worked in the service industry.
You can
And
almost tell immediately.
You
Yeah.
can, because it's almost like you're being looked down upon at. Upon, I feel like, whatever.
They look
They're looking down
on
on you. Yeah. Just because you're doing for them. But in reality, you're coming to me. You need me. I don't need you. Well,
Yeah.
for
Both
your
ways.
50 cents, I
Both
don't need you.
ways. Yeah.
For your 50
Here,
cents.
you can have my 2 cents.
Oh, you know how mad this makes me? Learn this, guys. Learn this.
Drinking lemonade.
If I give you a penny back, I don't need a penny that bad. But do you? You get a coffee and you get 1 cent back. You don't put that in my jar and you put it back in your wallet.
Or sometimes it's weird because it'll be like 7 cents. And they're like, oh, just keep it. Just keep it. And I'm like, wow.
Oh my God,
Thank
you
you
saved
so
me.
much.
This is going to pay my rent.
Oh my God. You can go on a shopping spree.
And it's nice. We actually, it's a thing, like, it doesn't actually bother us, but
Yeah.
sometimes, like, it is that, I get it. But if you can afford to buy a $9 coffee,
Yeah.
you can give me 50 cents.
Yeah.
Or $1. Like, it's, honestly, I tip $5 minimum no matter where I go.
Yeah.
No matter what I get. That's because I work in the service industry. But if you don't have that money or if you don't want to tip that much, that's fine. But if I hand you your change back and you put it in your wallet after spending $20,
Yeah.
we need to work on that.
And I feel like it's not people that also work in the service industry. It's
Yeah.
people that have never done that. And I'm not saying like you have to do it. You don't have to tip. Sometimes I feel bad if you tip and people are staring at it. Like if people come in every day and tip a lot, I'm like, you don't have to do that. Like it's very nice. I always appreciate it, but I'm like, I kind of feel bad.
But I will say when I was hired, what I was told is that our pay is our pay, but most of our pay comes from tips. So it's not like we are waitresses where we have $3 an hour and then we rely on tips to live, but we still do rely on tips to live.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's still the service industry. It's still, we're in
and
Jesus Christ America right now.
Jesus Christ America. Even people at like McDonald's make more than us. Like if we didn't get tips, we would be making nothing. And I guess it's also like I know we are choosing to work here, but still make it like so you're able to live, especially with how expensive it is.
Yeah.
But the tips, I don't know. The tips do help. If we didn't get tips, it like would be awful. I wouldn't be able to do it.
I believe that if we didn't make tips the way that we do, that sir, you scared me, sir.
Oh, they're trying to come in here.
Oh, they are gonna try, aren't they? No.
You see them?
I straight
Mama.
goosenecked that. Mama, I'm scared, Mama.
Mama.
I don't know what I was talking about. Oh, so today Autumn prepared a bunch of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know what you want to start off with. If you have any plans.
I don't know. I mean, I really like to like listen to Reddit stories, especially like "Am I the Asshole?" because they're all really funny.
Mm-hmm.
But I found barista versions, and I never really hear about that. I just hear, like, I don't know. It's fun. I don't know, and they're very relatable. Some of them,
yeah. Some
of them are just stupid, but some of them are super relatable, and so.
I seen the title of some of them that she sent to me, and it seems like a lot of these we like just looking at the title, we were straight up like, on the barista side, not even knowing. Like, this is Am I the Asshole for snapping at a barista? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Immediately, yep.
Yeah.
Like, and so we're biased, absolutely. But okay. Do you want me to start with the first one?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Do I get to pick? Autumn did skim these, so
some of them are crazy, and I was like, okay, like I was reading them. But
do you have a specific one that you think I would? You said you had one that I would be like.
It was the snapping one. It's not like long or anything, but I
I'll let you do that
like
one.
Super crazy ones. I kind of, since it's our first time doing it, I kind of just picked like easier ones, shorter ones. But
yeah,
are you dying?
No, I was gonna burp again. I'm drinking Sprite in my coffee cup. I'm a fake.
I'm drinking lemonade.
I'm gonna do. Okay, this is.
Or the car one. I don't remember that one.
Am I the asshole? Lady on the phone got mad that I didn't greet her. So I'm excited for this one because I have said so many times I want to get a sign that says we will help you when you're done with your phone call, because the amount of times that I've had someone on FaceTime having a conversation and they're like, can I get a caramel coffee, like I said earlier, and you'll be like, okay, well, I have about 18 questions for you, so can you buckle up and then when we're done with the transaction, when we're done, I'm going to have about 18 more.
But it's also
for
funny
here to go.
Because they will be on FaceTime. They'll set their phone down, and I'm like,
Hey.
Like I'll literally.
Have
see
you
the
had someone
person.
flip their phone
Yeah.
at you and be like, say hi?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know who
yeah.
you are.
Like, hey.
What's
can I-
up? Are
can I
you
please take
ordering?
your order, please?
Yeah,
Please.
I'm at work.
I'm stuck.
Yeah.
I'm stuck.
Help me.
here.
And you're just like, why am I? Yeah. Okay. This isn't a long one, and I see people are being like, yeah, girl, in the comments. So let's see. All right. I had 2 customers who were on the phone when they came to order. I didn't greet either of them verbally because I don't want to engage with someone who's preoccupied with another conversation. I think it's rude as fuck. I did smile and make eye contact with them both, but continued cleaning and stuff while waiting for them to finish their calls. That is valid. That is what I do. Until I'm ready for you,
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Or I'll say hi. That's it.
And
Like,
sometimes
hi.
when you say hi, though, they think that, oh, I can order now. So I just smile and I'll be like, I'll be with you in a second or whatever, like be ready or get out my face.
Get out of the line. Get out. You don't need to be in the line if you're not ready.
No. The first guy just stated what he wanted, and I rang him up and made his drink with minimal speech so he can continue his phone conversation. It went fine. The second lady asked if I was taking orders, and I said, yes, ma'am, I'm just waiting for you. Say that all the time. I'll be like, yeah, I'm ready whenever you are. Like,
every other customer.
yes.
Yeah.
And then she asked me about a drink and put her in her order, but then she said, usually I'm greeted, so I didn't know what was going on.
On the phone.
Usually you're greeted.
Did you know though? Would you have known if you were greeted? If you're on the phone.
Also, I'm not going to interrupt you.
Yeah.
That's
Obviously,
rude.
it's important if you're in line and you're on the phone.
Oh, it must be. I know yeah.
But also, would she have known if she was greeted because she's on the phone?
There are several people who come in here every single day on the phone.
They're always
and they're always on the phone. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're just like, maybe they're just super busy. And most of our regulars who are always on their phone when they come in put their phone down to order.
Yeah.
They're really good at that. They'll be like, hold on 1 second, and they'll
Yeah.
take care of business. But some people do not have that respect, obviously. She said, well, I don't like to bother people while they're on the phone. Valid. She was clearly still miffed. I've never heard of that. Miffed?
I don't even know.
Okay. She had a stick up her ass, I'm going to say.
Miffed.
She still had the phone on her ear. I don't know how to handle these situations professionally, and I feel like I made that lady feel ignored, but I hate when people don't see us as worthy of their full attention just because we're serving them. It's fucked. Am I the asshole? Maybe what would you do too? What would Jesus do?
What would Jesus do?
WWJD. What would Jesus do? I think Jesus would smite them.
I think that is crazy that she didn't, greet them. And she's like, guys, am I the asshole? Like, I'm freaking out about this. Am I the asshole because I didn't greet someone on the phone?
And that's how they make you. They make you feel crazy, and it's ridiculous because hey, my mom would smack the shit out of me if I interrupted her when she was on the phone.
Yeah.
If she's on the phone, get out her face is what she used to say.
Oh,
Get
yeah,
out
yeah,
my
yeah.
face.
But also there's a time and a place. If you're not in line, even like, okay, I get if you're busy, like talking loud in a restaurant too. Like people do that here. It's a little different here because it's a coffee shop. It's not like, you don't really have to be quiet.
Yeah, playing your music on your phone out loud. Don't do that.
Yeah. There was a guy sitting up here just blasting Biggie, and I'm like, honestly, that's fine.
It's fine. Hey.
It was a little crazy, but
I'm
I
a
was like,
jerk, so
okay.
I will turn up my music to be like,
Yeah.
turn it down. Like, you can have it on low, but maybe get like some dollar store earbuds if you can't afford like better headphones. I don't know, but like everybody knows you don't do that at public. Like that's.
Also, wait, did you work here when that guy like brought in a radio, like a boombox?
Yeah, he did
And
it
he
several
was just
times. Several
blasting it.
times.
I'm like, hello?
He used to walk down the street with it.
Hello?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
No.
Life was a party for him.
Yeah.
He just.
Did you see that manhunt? There was a manhunt recently.
Oh my
They got him
God.
in Elyria.
Yeah, at the Coke plant, right?
That's in Oberlin, I
found-
believe.
The Coke plant?
Yeah, his
think
shoddy
it's
bae
right
picked him
by-
up.
Maybe in Lorraine. But yeah,
thought it
if
was
you're gonna
Oberlin.
go on a manhunt, I mean, if there's gonna be a manhunt, the same day you get found, you did not do a
Embarrassing.
good job.
Also, hey, go to court.
Yeah.
Why'd you make it so much worse?
So he didn't show up at court,
For a drug charge.
and then
Fled. Assaulted
Right.
officers, allegedly.
yeah, I don't know.
And that's why there's manhunt. Because if you flee, like they tried to pull him over and he ran. But apparently, I've spoke to a few police officers. Apparently, he assaulted. Someone said today they didn't know if he tried to run them over or what. Because I'm like,
Oh yeah, I read that.
how did you not tase him?
Yeah. But also, if he had a car, did he like crash the car?
He might have bailed. That's my
Yeah,
thought. Because
Maybe.
if he crashed the car, that's a little
I
hard for him to.
I read that it was Sheffield, but then I saw that it was
Yeah.
Elyria, so I'm really confused. Unless it was just
It
like,
was
wrong
the Sheffield
information.
police that he got into the conflict with originally, and then there was a manhunt, so everybody was on it. And
Yeah,
then
that makes
he
sense.
was in Oberlin, spotted in Oberlin. And they were all up in Amherst and stuff.
Yeah.
I think Oberlin,
I think it was South Amherst.
South Amherst. Yes. And then he got in his Shoddy Bay's car,
Mm-hmm.
and
It's like,
they
hey,
got
big
him
girl,
in
come
Elyria.
pick me up.
Yeah. And none of the cops I spoke to today were working on that. And so I'm a little mad, guys. None of my cops came in to spill the tea.
But it's also funny because how are you gonna do something illegal, run, but then you're gonna show up in a big city like where people are gonna find you, like at the Coke plant? Because I think that's in Elyria still.
The Coke plant?
Yeah, because it's right. Yeah, I think so. I don't know how to get there. Like, I think it's like right down the street.
Oh, okay. It was on like Bell or something like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's still Elyria. But if you're gonna like go on the run, not show up to court, at least like stay the night somewhere. At least go out of the county. You're gonna get found the same day. Why did
I
you
thought
break,
it was
like,
so stupid though. The fact that you are putting up this much of a fight over a court date.
But also to get found that fast. You could have just went somewhere else.
I think
stayed
his
the
goal
night.
was to be picked up in another car and then disappear. Leave Ohio.
That was obviously not a good goal.
No.
He was not thinking.
No.
Or the drugs were off or something.
Something, but
know.
now you are going to prison.
Yeah.
So
It's
have
so
fun.
easy to not get caught.
It's also
it's
so
also-
easy to go to court.
Yeah, go to court. Guys, go to court.
Go to court.
This
Like,
is a
why?
lesson.
Yeah,
Just go
you
to
can
court.
get a charge and spend 30
Yeah.
days. You could be found not guilty.
Yeah.
But now you're in prison, dog. You're in with the
Well,
Goonies.
it's also like people getting in trouble, getting pulled over, but then fleeing.
Okay,
like,
it's kind of
trying to
funny
fight
though.
the cops.
When a cop gets out
It
of the
is
car and
so
walks up and then they take off, it's like, gotcha, bitch.
so much.
Because they're
But,
like,
it's, come on.
It's
You're
funny
gonna
as
get
fuck.
in trouble.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I would never do it, but it is
Like, what
funny
are you
seeing it happen.
doing? It's not hard to not do that. Like, they probably would have gotten a ticket, and then they're going to jail.
Yeah.
Just because they're like, oh, bye. It is funny.
Yeah.
It's not funny, but
It's
kind of funny.
they're usually riding
It's kind
dirty
of
though.
funny.
They're like, I was scared.
She didn't my license.
Yeah, you don't have your license on you.
I had a shot this morning at 9 a.m. and it is now 10 p.m. I had to leave
Yeah, I had to go. I'm not drunk off of this, sir.
off of this one shot.
Yeah.
It'll be like 10 shots later. Not 10, but they're always like, yeah, I had one at 9 a.m. this morning.
Dude, I remember they were talking to this guy about his weed. It was on Cops. They found this guy's weed in his car, and he was talking about it. They're like, so you want to explain what this is? And they're like, oh, you found my meth. And then they were like, no, the marijuana's legal. You have meth? And I was like, dude,
Be silent.
you have
be
the right to
silent.
remain silent.
Stupid.
You idiot.
Just shut your mouth. If you are getting pulled over, if you're doing something illegal,
Zip.
shut the fuck up.
Okay,
Shut the
what's
fuck
your
up.
thoughts on this? Autumn is married to a sergeant.
I was gonna say that.
I know you were. She's married to a sergeant. And so I don't know if you know, Brandon probably does. When you're being pulled over And this is my biggest fear is I'm going to be pulled over and I'm not going to be drunk. And they're going to be like, I want to do a breathalyzer.
Oh.
You deny, you get your license taken away. You agree, what if they, what if they're like, gotcha.
You know what I'm afraid of?
What?
Like doing the tests, like the sobriety tests.
And failing because you suck? Yeah, me too.
I can't do that.
I'm ill.
You have to like stand with your leg up for like what, 90 seconds?
Who
or
can
something?
do
30
that?
I don't even know. Even like 10 seconds, I can't do that. But also like walking in a straight line.
I'm drunk.
Like yeah, sorry, I'm drunk.
Sir,
DUI, give me
I'm
DUI.
drunk.
I can't.
I'm not even. It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Hey, if you turn off the dash cam, I'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Turn off that body cam.
I don't know though. Like. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that works.
I'm scared. I'm scared to be accused of drinking and driving.
I'm scared just to like even being married to a police officer.
Yeah.
It's even though I'm married to him, like even when I'm driving, even when I'm driving and I pass like a cop car, I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to jail. Like,
do you have a
didn't
get
even
out
do
of jail
anything.
free card?
No.
My dad does. It's literally a card that you can flash at an officer if they pull you over and they could let you go for it.
It's like a reverse card.
It is.
Uno reverse.
You should get an Uno reverse card and just keep it in your
I
car.
should just have that.
Boom.
Bitch. No. But I also think that if I'm doing something illegal, like it's my fault.
Yeah, but hey, this is pissing me off. We need to crack down on these officers. Because how come I got pulled over for rolling through a stop sign, but these bitches constantly rolling through stop signs, speeding. I'm seeing them do all this stuff.
They will literally like drive around, red light.
Hey,
I saw someone.
What?
Especially in Elyria.
It's a law for a reason, right? Okay, so follow it then. Why are you mad at me?
Or they just go through the stop sign. I mean the stoplights.
If they jump off a cliff, I'm jumping off a cliff too. That's what I used to tell my mom. They're like, if your friends did this, would you?
Probably.
Yep.
You're
Yep.
sure.
I sure would, because I want to be equal.
I want to fit in.
Equality.
Okay, Mom, I just want to fit in.
Mom, I just want to fit in,
I
Mom.
just want to be a girl.
Just go.
I want to be a girl. Okay.
Okay, yeah, right. Right. We're doing a podcast, right?
Hey, it's 6:30. I bet if we just sit here and record, like, we'll see. Like, just to prove a point. How many people are doing illegal stuff? Like, just drive.
What, out here?
Yeah, I see it all the time. Okay. Okay. Veo así. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm really bad at reading out loud.
It's so scary reading out loud.
It is.
Did I do good?
But also I stutter even like when I'm not reading out loud.
Me too.
My brain doesn't work. Okay. You did do good. You sounded like you just faked it and you got it.
That's what I do. I fake it till I make it.
Yeah. Okay. Am I the asshole for snapping at a barista after she woke up my sleeping baby twice?
How fast did your baby go back to sleep?
Twice. Wait, should we say if they already got judged? We should just wait. Because you know how at the top it'll say asshole, not asshole.
I did not. I've never looked at Reddit.
Oh, really?
For like, am I the assholes? Reddit scares me because I've heard things. Just like people like Elon Musk are on there.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
Ugh.
He's everywhere.
Did you see him breaking it down the other day? Anyways, I think he was dancing or something and it looked really bad. Who is it? It's Courtney.
Is it?
It looked like Courtney.
Come here.
Courtney.
She's so cute.
She is. It's the shorter one. She has a brown hair. No, it's not Courtney. She comes in with a taller girl.
There's another cop. Oh.
He looked like a cop. I don't know who that one was.
Like a cop.
He looks like Will a little bit.
Like cops. Like. Oh, no. Okay, I'm gonna be. Okay. The coffee shop. Oh, the coffee shop near my house just reopened, so I went in for a coffee on my afternoon walk with my 9-month-old daughter yesterday. It wasn't busy, but because there were only 3 baristas, only 2 serving customers. Working the service Whoa.
Is this about us?
Hello? Hold on. Working the service was slow. Okay. And she says, that's fine.
Is there is the punctuation bad?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't blame her.
But also my brain is bad.
That's okay.
I just smiled at the camera. We gotta cut that out. Wait, should I restart?
Go ahead. You can
Okay.
restart.
Okay. The coffee shop near my house just reopened, so I went in for a coffee on my afternoon walk with my 9-month-old daughter yesterday. It wasn't busy, but because there were only 3 baristas, working the service was slow. That's fine, I wasn't in a rush. But the second I walked in, I was struck by how loud their coffee grinder was.
Oh my god. Hey, it's a coffee shop.
Quiet down. It wasn't just shut off in a few seconds though, but kept going and going.
Right.
Since the third barista was grinding a huge bag of coffee all at once. Yeah, you gotta do that sometimes.
Yeah, and also, hey, if someone pays for that, you gotta
You have to
do
make
it.
coffee. You gotta grind
A
coffee.
coffee shop, you expect it to be quiet?
It's like half
Have
of
you
our
been to
job
a
is
coffee
grinding
shop?
coffee. We have to grind so
We
much
that's our
coffee.
job. Literally our job.
I don't like it.
No,
You have
it's
to do
loud.
it. You
Hey,
need to
we're
get
all up in it
coffee.
too.
Yeah.
Gotta stand there.
Okay. Within the first minute, my daughter wakes up and keeps what? What?
There's another one. They out here tonight. Finally got to say it.
Okay. Within the first minute, my daughter wakes up and keeps screaming no matter how much I try to comfort her. After 5 minutes, I ask the barista if she could stop using the coffee grinder as it is disturbing my baby, and she agrees and turns off the machine. She's like, okay, just shut